I wanna copulate tonight. Yeah, I want to forget, make you my wife. Girl, I wanna
Go give your left sightings on the rest.
tonight. Yeah, I want to forget, make you my wife.
I'm about to have Halloween sex. I keep it spooky in the Gucci that I flex. Rolly saying it's the witch and how. Lord, give me the power of the fucking T-Rex.
I'll be probably in the shower one, getting some what you say. Just fucking hold me. Now I got a blue dick. Just for the shit I say. Now I feel a little sick. Lil Wayne probably got him. Sue me for the shit.
On the rest. Shout the rise.
Hey. Bit of a strange one. I apparently did this like 12 hours ago. Not this exactly, but this, being on and such. I literally don't remember. And that's a bit of a concern for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's fucking horrifying. Unfortunately, I was in a similar condition last time I advanced the plot in this game, and I don't really know what I'm going to be looking at right now, but let's take a little look, and I promise you, today's going to be a bit different to whatever happened last night. I at least have the peace of mind of like knowing I'm myself, and I can be zooted out my mind and stream for what it looks like. It was half an hour. I didn't look at it. But I can be very confident I didn't say anything fucked up or anything. It's not like a scramble to delete the VOD situation. And that's about the only thing I have going for me in my life, is that I can be confident of that without checking. So, we take that. I take a little pride in that. And I can still throw raves with the torch in this game, so that's very exciting for everybody. Especially me. The body is down. I presume I didn't actually go ahead with the autopsy, so maybe we should get stuck into that, but...
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Psycho Mantis?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Don't we have someone else to cut his shit open?
It's not about cutting. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work.
That is too many disciplines that require too many different skills to ever be entrusted to one person, and I understand that is fundamentally emblematic of the underfunding of the RCM. But good grief. No wonder my dude lost his mind. Honorary rank?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is Lieutenant Detective.
I don't think I'm a detective.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, the way I see it, it's either this, or we complete the initial interviews. We already met Evrard, but didn't quite get his interview done. For that, we have to ask him about the lynching. There's also Wild Pine's representative in town. She could have some information.
I feel like this is the more pressing concern. We're fighting decay here. Let's just do it.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
incapable of inquiring as to the identity of the dead man, or at least asking the dead man himself. Which tells me I must have already attempted this, and received what I presume to be no reply. Trying to cop them Yeezys though, come on.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
I guess I will not attempt to cop the Yeezys. What exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I'm gonna go and get a pair of gloves.
Let's not go glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes.
Lucked out by not having gloves. Easy street. Okay, where should I take these notes?
In your paperwork, officer, just fill out the field autopsy form.
So what had happened was, I do not know where my paperwork is.
Now they only have one paperwork too.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
I still have my disco trousers.
Yes, barely. I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually, but only if it helps move things along.
I'm sorry that I lost everything.
Yes, well...
It's okay to cry, Runkari.
Damn, that was a well-rolled R. I can't even be mad about whatever that means. Let's walk off yours for now. In fact, no, let's go find mine.
As you say the words, you find yourself peering from the corner of your eye. To where? To the west.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where west is right now. What's there?
A trash container, yellow and capsule-like, lying in the corner of the yard.
Okay, so the cardinal directions of the compass seem to apply to the screen. In the most directly translated way. That's good to know. I hadn't actually put that together previously.
I guess you've got to start finding at least some of the things you've lost before they hurt someone. We should locate your ledger, then hurry back to the autopsy as soon as possible.
Okay. I'm sure I already tried to rip this open. Speed train Kuno leaving station. He's not going anywhere,
This
man. He's
trash
squatting. Looks like he's crying.
locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Force time.
Still, not force time. You're just not getting there. The pry bar is primed, but you lack the ability.
I'm the biggest grok in the city. What do you mean? How could you possibly... Never mind. Looks like we're gonna have to find another way. Which I guess means inquiring more about the key. I really don't want to speak to Gart again. He fucking hates me. You have gloves on. Shine it right in her face.
Again.
Yeah, I'm the police. It's an intimidation tactic. I'm permanently robbing her of her ability to see. Legally.
It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
The body is down.
Down? Do you mean the body is finally gone?
No, I mean it's down to fuck. What do you think I mean?
Oh, right. Can you tell me when you've taken him away then?
About that, it would be easier for me to take him away with those nice yellow gloves.
An autopsy? Wow. Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
I don't remember using the word autopsy, but you've put two and two together, which is, you know, it's pretty neat. Convenient for me. Though next time, perhaps I will read the text verbatim so that the response makes sense. Oh, paperwork, paperwork. I love being able to throw the torch around though. It's so good. I should probably eat something. I woke up, I didn't feel great. I was in bed for a couple hours. This is like the least low point of my day for some reason. Is when I'm not actually awake. Still just like stupid and weak from dreaming, I guess. What song is that from? When I'm still weak from dreaming. That's a good song, maybe. I don't actually remember what it is. I think I've only heard it once. Was it Smog? Might be a Smog song.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
I could swear that every time I talk to this guy it resets it like I've never spoken to him. I have run away from this man twice.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Or at least had the dialogue, like the whole conversation where you can run from him twice.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
What if I told you I am a hobo? Or soon to be one, rummaging through that trash? Will you keep me out too?
Yes.
But
He stares at you, beady-eyed.
doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor? It doesn't seem like you have a bear problem here. You don't have a deer. I don't really understand it. I don't think it's necessary.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov?
Maybe I am?
Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked.
I'm not.
The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
What the fuck do you think, dude? Opening the trash?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Oh, I forgot I have no money. But I think I paid off my room by tripping over a woman in a wheelchair. However, there is still a matter of my tab, I think. About the money I owe.
Yes, have you got it?
I seem to be in possession of a giant novelty check. I had briefly forgotten that I obtained that, but neat.
You must be joking, right? You come here, trash everything, and now you try to pay with a novelty check? This isn't a game show. I'm not going to accept it. You owe me cold, hard money. I want to see that money in the palm of my hand. Every single cent.
Wow, this guy's like obsessed with cash.
Damn you, Fat Everard. Your novelty check is useless.
You can cash it in at the local frit near the harbor gates, though it might not be enough to cover it.
How much do I owe you again?
A lot. For the room and broken window, 100 real.
I could have sworn that you said you weren't going to worry about the rent for the room anymore.
Like what? I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Yeah, I bet you were. I've seen something I need to talk about here.
What thing?
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
It's after 4. The sign said reserved starting 4. Why isn't anyone in the mess hall?
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or laying low after the, lynching.
And why is that?
They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and that's why.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
Something else I want to ask about.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
I should, but I'll be honest with you, I'm being quite consistently dissuaded by this man's reflection of my own amnesia when I speak to him. There's been some level of script fuckery. Not too heavy, I don't think. But I might even have to review the tapes because I don't think the amount of money he's attempting to charge me is okay. I could have sworn that that was at least partially resolved. And I definitely already told this man I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question.
Okay, well that was not helpful. Not in the least.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Pretty long. It's drink o'clock.
Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
I think this is making me realize I'm hungover. What the fuck? I didn't even, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter.
Lick it, but only a little.
Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, but only a little, then out of the window again.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I drifted off into my own thoughts, and now this happened.
We should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination.
There's a ring over my head, but it's just a halo of hollowness. But is this because I chased the stupid train of thought? Is this a visual representation of me being lost in my own useless thoughts? I don't think it is, but that's how I'm choosing to interpret it. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the game is not telling me how to get you flask right now. Maybe I can... Nope, that won't... Nope. Nope, I guess I'm... yeah, just hollow halo time, that's fine. No worries. Well, this is certainly meandering. I should probably pick a line of investigation and try and stick to it for a few minutes. Oh no, it hasn't gone away. Guess this is my life now. Maybe it is communicating something and I'm just being particularly dense to not glean it. Wouldn't be the first time. Far from the first time. This isn't fruit, is it? This is giraffe. I think? Does that say giraffe? Grift? I can't tell. I really shouldn't be running around without my bag on, though. Oh, don't mind that. Just me trying to sprint and look at stuff at the same time. All these years, I've had such an inconvenient combination of keys for my Steam overlay, the default ones, and I just never changed them. Just trying to remember my way to this pawn shop, you know? I think it's up here. I was wrong. And this is going to be a time-consuming conversation if I have it now. Which I don't feel comfortable doing because, again, it's just a corpse lying on the ground next to a child. It just doesn't feel right. Skull's still there. undisplaced. What am I thinking about? Mazovian socioeconomics and Hobocop, which is almost done. No, don't stop! Did I just like waste a point by pausing that? Is that a thing that happens? Hang on. I didn't know I could stop thinking about stuff. Huh. If I were to stop it and hypothetically use the thought cabinet slot for something else, would I lose the Hobocop progress? So I can stop thinking about stuff temporarily to get rid of the THC? What does that mean? Temporarily to get rid of the... Okay, thought cabinet. That makes sense. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I didn't realize I could do that. That seems potentially very useful, but to such an extreme extent. Or at least it seems like a silly thing to be like, I'm just going to unequip some of my not completely learned thoughts for this conversation, then resume thinking about them. It makes some level of conceptual sense, but there's like a mechanical fiddliness to it that's making me question whether or not that's how it's supposed to be used, and leading me to suspect that maybe if I did that and then exited this menu, I would lose the progress on the thought. Not really sure. But it doesn't matter, I don't need the visual calculus right now. Something I'll attempt to bear in mind though, when the white checks come a-knocking. Because Lord knows I've been failing them. I've tried to prise that trash container open like 3 times, I think. With the correct items and the correct type of character build, it just doesn't want to happen. Give me horrendous RNG. Wait, did I get the key? I didn't get the key, did I? Oh my god. I got the gloves though. So I guess we could just go and do the body. Though I suppose in that case I should unpreoccupy my mind of Mazovian socioeconomics, because visual calculus feels like it would be particularly useful in an autopsy situation. So it at least gives us an organic opportunity to explore my confusion over those mechanics and see how it actually kind of plays out, you know. At least there's that. But this is essentially me running in circles, so that's pretty awkward. Alright, let's try this again. Kuno's fucking... Alright, Kuno, that's fine. You be as electric as you want to be. I forgot I got the polyhedron off the guy. Psyche plus 1. See, I'm not even sure if boosting a stat in that way reopens white checks. I don't think it does. I think you do actually have to sink the skill point in, considering that is the terminology it directly, explicitly uses when it's explaining that. But again, not something I've experimented with, so... So I'm going to stop thinking about Mazovian socioeconomics. And then I'm going to do this and see if I can resume thinking about Mazovian socioeconomics, which was what, like 23% I think it was? Maybe it ticks back down at the same rate. I don't know. Anyway. Have I got anything else appropriate for this? Don't think I'm gonna need suggestion or esprit de corps. Yeah, I think we're good. Well, I definitely wasn't wearing the right clothes for attempting to get the bin open. But I can at least investigate the white check situation I was just talking about.
This trash container is locked.
Yep, there we go. Confirmed. That's neat. Let's get stuck in.
The rotting man lies
what?
on his side.
Kuno's
with his
gonna have a
eyes
fucking heart
looking
attack?
straight
Why?
through you.
Is
His
this-
body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy.
Yeah, but he's going into cardiac arrest over here for some reason. Does this warrant my attention? He doesn't look okay. He's probably just riding the lightning or whatever.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Wait, what? Did we do this all? Oh, I was gonna get my paperwork! God, I'm scatterbrained. And the paperwork's in the trash, and I didn't get the fucking key, I don't think. Maybe, no, I can't get the key because I just interacted with the trash, and it would have provided me with the prompt for using the key on the trash lid container. Trash container lid. TCL, it's how you fly about in Oblivion, and Fallout and such. You had it here first. Literally, you didn't know that before. You did. I have an email from Twitch. Vote for your favorite LGBTQ plus streamer at T ... I thought it was LGBTQIA plus. I will forever say it like that. It's the littlest bit more inclusive, but more importantly than that, on a personal level, it allows me to do it like PIMP by 50 Cent. But instead of going motherfucking PIMP, LGBTQIA plus, it's great. It's fundamentally convenient to my brain.
Can I help you?
See, he'd probably be more amenable to giving me the key if I gave him the money. Problem is, as I said, I'm pretty sure I already dealt with that situation. At least to a majority extent.
Yes. Have you got it?
No.
Yes.
I think I am about to be Hobocop though. Any second now. But yeah, he's not helping.
Another thing. Great. Yes.
Just give me trash. Fuck. I'm not sure what to do. Hang on. I mean, I could just put yet another point into physical instrument and hope that the roll works, but it has done nothing but insult me so far. Like, I've reopened this check at least twice. And it just hates me. But I'm feeling a little brick-walled, even if it's only by my own ignorance and inability to figure out what to do next, so I'm gonna thematically appropriately, out of my confusion and dumbness, lean into physical instrument and hope that it works.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
My God, what have I done?
Motherfucker gave me the key like half an hour ago. I even looked at the trash container, checked the white check, and ignored it telling me that I could open it with a key. I knew I took a chunk out of my brain last night, but this is something else. I'm gonna reload, because that is a waste of a point that I cannot abide it. Too apparent a testament to my own moronicism. Not gonna let it insult me like that in my own computer.
This trash container is with a well-oiled crack. The lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid.
Perfect.
Good grief.
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Pipe down, Inland Empire.
Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content.
Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
How did being given the key go so far through my brain that I didn't even register that I'd had it and even was able to say I didn't get a key? I'd remember getting a key 5 minutes ago. Nope. No, I wouldn't.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
I'm gonna pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
We take those.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
My favorite.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
That's all, I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over your perception. I thought you were done.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the Wilding might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
I agree, we need to ask the kids.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
I'm gonna dig in Hobocop style for extra content.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny.
What's a knock cannon?
It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000, easy. Unless you're into hi-fi yourself.
I am into hi-fi.
That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrappings.
A cruel jest. There must be something.
All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron.
An antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
I guess we take that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take it because I agreed with it, Kim. I took it because the only option it gave me was press number 1 to pick up the racist mug. Don't give me that noise. Look into the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Okay, we're back on track now.
Looks like we found your paperwork.
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
It must have been cramping my style, I don't know.
Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants. I suggest integrating it into your style, for all our sakes.
I should definitely have put Mazovian socioeconomics back in the thought cabinet if I removed it before I made that save. Shit. I'll take it off again when I do the actual, thing. In like 1 second. Oh, I got Hobocup, but it didn't... Oh no, it must have happened during this conversation, and hopefully when I finish this conversation he'll read it out. My mistake. Sorry, what was he saying? I suggest integrating it into your style for all our sakes.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we?
Okay.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Did I turn my torch off to scrutinize the contents of the bin? That feels counterintuitive to me. Kuno's little shit show.
Hobocop.
That's a hell of a picture.
You wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
It's a shame that that's apparently incompatible with the police work, because it sounds like particularly useful knowledge. Reveals extra special collector's edition tar bottles on the map. Ah, they got the fancy Fallout New Vegas bottle caps. More money from selling tar, don't know how much more, but that's cool, because we're particularly poor. Learning cap for shivers raised to 6. I feel like I already had pretty high shivers on account of my monstrous physique, but that's cool. Neat. Hell of a picture though. I didn't even see the superstar picture properly. That's crazy. It's like holding a tiny little dog. I don't know what's going on there. Bonuses from thoughts. -1 logic, -2 visual calculus. Lovely bonuses. It's just the general price of self-delusion. I'd forgotten about that. Kuno's messed up, man. Is this because I punched him in the face? Because I thought he'd been way more kind of upbeat since then. We've had good conversations since I smacked this child. I don't understand. Excuse me, I'll just unequip the thought of Mazovian socioeconomics for a moment while I interfere with this corpse. Still learning.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
I'm opening my ledger.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Number 1, assistant.
That's you.
Harry Dubois.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. just lies there. The next box says,
To coroner's case number.
KK57-0803 dot 0815.
Okay.
Next,
Name.
NA. Next,
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Roughly 50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Race.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex?
Right, pig's gonna have sex.
Naively, the lieutenant does not double-check your notes.
Got him. Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
11. Evidence of treatment.
None, at least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment, anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I'm not so sure.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide, the other an accident, the small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Shit. Well, that was heavy. I'm tuned into like the police hive mind. I can see it all. Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
When am I gonna get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
The spine is bent more than the lieutenant compensated for. This buster's actual height is about 1.85. And no, you could not take him straight on.
I'm gonna put 1.85 meters.
Of course, I undercompensated. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet. The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
I'm gonna write that down.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
I'm gonna write it down, but I'm gonna amend it for high velocity.
Ligature mark.
Lieutenant produces a small folding knife. Begins cutting the polyester.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Oh yeah, I'm prepared.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Yes, I'm Kuno's pig, I agree.
You are? This pig is Kuno's.
I'm gonna look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
How does agreeing that I'm Kuno's pig or whatever make me better at this?
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
He's nailed closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Let me get a look though.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch. You should touch it.
Why? I mean, okay.
Doesn't feel like anything. A cold spot under your gardening gloves. Unremarkable and unalive.
My pig's so fucking ill right now.
His voice did swell with pride. That was well acted.
Oh, your pig's pretty sick, I gotta say.
Fuck yeah, the kids love me because I touched the corpse's penis. Let's go.
Perfect.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are all combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
This is the body of a soldier.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
The hand feels heavy, filled with decay liquids, like it's ready to explode if squeezed hard enough. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Damn, without even a composure check? That's messed up.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal, I guess.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope. NA.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
He's really doing it. The dead man's teeth cut into his gloved hands.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Let me show my torch in there.
No scream. No sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like throwing up. Straight in that mouth.
Okay, well don't do that.
No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Thank you. Thank you, pain threshold. Look deeper inside.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness. Mute silence as always.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Okay. Guess that was a wasted endeavor.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
It sounds like they expect us to be an expert in everything, but I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen, briefly. Write it down. Keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries, summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
What about the injuries we inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung.
I forgot about that. I fucking shot this corpse after I punched the kid in the face and then pointed the gun at his friend. Good grief. I don't think I'm very good at my job, huh?
I don't think we should mention that. Better not to muddy the waters.
Muddy waters. Pretty muddy already.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Well, Kuno loves me, so there's that.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
Bite marks.
Head, chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next?
Ligature mark. Wait, what's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Okay.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. What was that about no clawing around the neck? You'd be clawing for your life.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if Kim seems to think this guy died from this hanging, and his hands weren't any kind of bound, I would have figured there'd be some kind of attempt to intervene. But I don't have anything else to go on. It doesn't sound like this man died from being hanged. I'm going non-fatal.
A column of cold air encircles you, rising slowly upward in the shape of a courtyard, bordered by cracked plaster, windows, seagulls perched on air conditioning units. A small green enclosure in the middle of a corral of tenements, Cape-side apartments, whirling in rags, and the fortress wall of Terminal B. Above it, a thin blanket of coastal stratus clouds. Higher yet, coalition airships guard over the 21 cordons of the zone of control. The air is crisscrossed with radio transmissions. The hair on your neck rises.
Was I right?
You were.
Why do you say that?
I'm serious. I don't think this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
Why didn't he claw at his neck when they hanged him? And why didn't they tie his hands? Like, a big man like this is dangerous.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrists. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right. There should be signs of struggle. Let's leave the cause of death empty for the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How do you think it went?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success.
It's pretty wise of you, to be honest. What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Perhaps a drink is in order? Like, later, I mean.
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you?
Will I?
You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
I think in my current condition, I could take 3 whole drinks before I would die. Thank you very much. What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
The white check for talking to the dead man's reopened on account of us having conducted an intimate autopsy. I didn't put a point into it. I'm not the most perceptive, if that wasn't apparent. Let's try talking to the dead man.
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who are you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Takes one to know one.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Cobbo.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, copperoony Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Who killed you?
Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
I do strike myself as a Rooney.
No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. That's right. Stupid, boring Harry. Harry, the motherfucker.
Put some respect on my name.
Never heard someone disrespect my name so much. And it's myself. The shame of it. Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this'll lead to something. Something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous?
Ha!
The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
Yeah, I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A deep-sea creature.
No, not quite. Be fair now.
You don't remind me of anyone.
Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
That was quite different to what's written on the screen, but honestly, they both fit as a response, so double content. Lovely stuff. Do we bake them away toys? I might be able to up my perception a little bit. Do I have any speed? I don't think I have any speed. What would it be? Here? Could look at the ledger at some point too. Probably got some pertinent personal information if nothing else. What are my most perceptive clothes? Do I have any? No glasses, huh? Okay. Well, might as well try and fail.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
I mean, we failed the perception check, so I don't know if actually pursuing his dialogue options is even going to lead to anything. But we'll try.
The genitals in his breeches continue to be unnoteworthy. You see the penis of a dead man. If you've seen it once, you've already got the picture.
But what if I touched it again?
There is no need. We have been thorough with the genitals. Do you think we missed something?
Yes.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
And where do we find a fridge?
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
Oh god. How does he think Kuno can help?
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Okay, let's hurry then.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Shit. I mean, I'm half tempted to just bag it and bake him away toys. The problem with that is, I was going to try and steal the shoes off the corpse after Kim went to bed. So, I don't really know now. Maybe Kuno does know where there's a fridge. He's fucking finger gunning me in the shin. What are you doing?
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
I wish I could have been there to see it. I got some questions though.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonort.
Kuno, I need a fridge to stash this body.
For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing
Really? I don't believe it.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno gets around.
Where can I find this perfect fridge?
Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
Don't fuck it up. You need a fridge.
Ah, shit. Alright, I'm gonna read these, but pardon me being a bit slow. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm not going to. What's gonna happen is it's gonna be like, I'll get super close, and then I'll sneeze. I don't know why my body does this, but it does it all the damn time. Don't fuck it up, huh? We are just like fundamentally arhetorical. So much so to be unrhetorical even. It was perhaps a little complacent and hubristic of me to brazenly proclaim that I wasn't going to be sick. I think I'm going to be sick. I will be right back. I don't feel well. Over the past like 2 minutes, I've like sweated through my clothes. It's cold in here. That was very rapid. I feel like shit. Huh. I don't want to fuck up the rhetoric check, because I feel like that'd be worse. But Half-Light has specifically told me not to fuck this up, so... He's not gonna respect me if I call him kind sir. He's just not. And he's definitely not gonna respect me asking judgmentally after his lack of civic pride. Like, that's not... Kind sir. That's a red check. I guess I have to give it a go. I'm not taking any thought cabinet related penalties to my... No. Okay. I'll just try it.
Kuno's a poor kid from a poor neighborhood. Say your job is on the line. He'll sympathize.
That's a failed check, so I don't think that's necessarily true. So not sure about this. Asking for class solidarity seems naive in this case.
Can't you see his hair is red? The color of social democracy?
That doesn't mean anything.
Just trust me. He'll sympathize if he realizes you could actually lose your job over this.
I think he probably wants me to, dude. But oh well. I'm apparently left no escape. Kid, this is serious. My job is on the line. If I don't get this sorted, I might actually get fired.
The fuck are you doing right now? The fuck is this shit?
Don't pay attention to him. Just keep telling your sad story.
I've lost almost everything, Kuno. My memory, my money, even my name. I cannot lose my job too. Please help me.
It's not that dramatic. We can just send the body to processing.
Well, you're not fucking helping, are you, Kim?
Kuno's never seen anything so lame. Listen, pig. If you were Kuno, the fuck would you care?
You lied to me, golden mouth man.
You just haven't done it long enough. You need to do it even longer.
I don't believe you. You're right, Kuno. If I were Kuno, I probably wouldn't care.
See, sad shit? Kuno doesn't fucking care about this sad shit. Your sad shit. Now, how about you at least try to entertain the Kuno, or get the fuck off his crime scene?
Why don't we go pester some other kids now?
Can I punch this one in the face again? Is that allowed? I want to talk about the body again.
The fuck about it?
There's contusions all over it. That's your max velocity stones, yeah.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
I hate words too.
Words are fucking shit. Make you stupid. Kuno's got his own words now. Kuno words.
Fair enough. Most of them seem to be primarily just the word Kuno, but you know, if you can turn that into some kind of a language, who am I to disagree? What's the rest of his armor?
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck
I
gimp
pressed
for
the
target
wrong
practice.
button.
End of conversation.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
You're just too small to fit in it.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80. When Kuno's 80, Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. Fuck out of here.
What a strange line of thought.
Trying to fuck on Kuno. Fuck out of here.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet. Don't do that. Break your toes.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
I'm gonna cast a little doubt on that one personally. You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Who do you mean troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Very confused by this cow curveball. I don't recall anyone talking about no cows. I'm trying to think what kind of dots I'm not connecting here. Some kind of political imagery? I don't... What did I...
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
I will punch you in the face again. Like, shut up.
Get lost.
I will point a gun at you again too and all. Like, I'm not going to be able to empathize with Kuno. I'm heartless. Like, crime scene questions. I have some.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
How did the dead man's clothes get in the trash?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be the lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder case.
Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
That'd be great if I had more than 8. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen him lying around.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Okay, so what's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrapped pants. They are graphite black and look brand new.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready.
I will get back to you about this.
Alright, Pico, shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now.
There was also a mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Yeah, does this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone tampered with the crime scene. Cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation technique too.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
Alright.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Well, I made him respect me, at least. He doesn't seem to, but you respect me now, right?
You're dreaming, pig. That's not how this shit works.
A little. But don't expect anything to change.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno. Fuck his fat ass.
I'm off. I had enough of that.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
I don't care either, mate. Alright. Every time I see this, I'm like, they hooping, but it's an antenna. I can get up there. Like, that's the roof of the whirling, right? I have no idea how to get up there. Alright, what's the next course of action then? Kuno doesn't want to tell me where the fridge is. I could ask Gart, I suppose. Police work is tough. All I'm doing is walking around shining a light in everyone's face. It's not that bad. This, with these lights and all these people in, on Switch, is like 10 frames a second or less. I'm not exaggerating. It is a mess. Fortunately, it remains playable because of the nature of the game, and specifically the absolute saving grace for that version, the touchscreen control. But it's a lot at times, and it crashes a lot, and I lost over an hour of progress yesterday, actually, because of a bug that when I left an area, I just couldn't move afterwards or interact with anything. I could just spin on the spot after resolving like a big plot thing. Very annoying. I had to redo it. And then when I redid it, it didn't give me a thought that I got in the previous time that I was really excited about unlocking, and I don't know what I did differently to not get it. Frustrating. But very much worth dealing with those frustrations. But the PC version, yeah, much better. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Oh, I was going to go to the pawn shop as well. Cash that check. In fact, I need to. It's 7 PM. I mean, when in Rome, but...
Can I help you?
Here's the key, first.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has the keys to the trash? Or just Sylvie?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container, despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
Clinton Street. That's really familiar to me from some lyrics to something, but I can't place it. Fuck, what? Clinton Street? I'm gonna have to look that up. Because it's just gonna bother me to death otherwise. Clinton Street lyrics. Come on, hit me, genius. Bastian Baker, 79 Clinton Street. Nope, not that. It is not that. Minus Bastian. I spelled his name wrong and he has not been excluded from the search. Minus Bastian. Leonard Cohen, Famous Blue Raincoat. I cannot fucking believe it took me that long to place that. That is one of the songs that is way closer to the forefront of my mind than most others. Yet here we are. There's music on Clinton Street all through the evening. And I hear that you're building your little house in the desert. Etc. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer.
Called out. Thank you.
Yes?
I need a fridge.
Yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Yes. Correct him.
I'm... Yeah, I mean, he's correct, is the problem. No, we want to put a very important dead body into your fridge.
I don't care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
Why?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. I can't believe you even asked me.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Dude, you're speaking to me across, like, a stuffed dead bird. You crossed that threshold already. That time has passed.
Let's go talk to the frit clerk.
Fine. What a buster. I don't even know what freight is. And I have not been picking up bottles. Though with Hobocop, they do apparently sell for a little bit more. So that's, you know, that's nice. Is it down this way? It is, okay. Haven't spoken to this fella yet. Well, I know I spoke to that fella. Talking about Wednesday and such.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
I got this dialogue last time in the middle of a conversation with him when I was not holding the flashlight. But that's okay. Yeah, I'll put it down.
I do appreciate it.
That was weird. It gave me a pause, like there was going to be an animation for it putting the flashlight away automatically, but then it was just like, nope, do it yourself.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
You might be able to aid in our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know anything about the Wild Pines representative that's in town?
Can't say I'm a huge admirer of Wild Pines. And I can't say I trust any silver-tongued spokesperson of theirs. Fortunately, I have no reason to get involved.
Have you met the Wild Pines rep?
No, just people like that make everyone else see the world somewhat askew, at an angle that is convenient for them. Now, you have more questions, or are we?
My man's talking about suggestion. We don't have any of that, so we can be very good friends. Do you know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Fair enough. That's all I got for now.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Wait, shit.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Something I'd like to sell.
Let me have a look.
How about a fascinating photo of a corpse here? Maybe not. I'm supposed to be able to get this check cashed.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
This 20 by 50 centimeter check looks like it's meant to be handed over ceremoniously on a gala-like event. It supposedly exchanges for 25 real at your local Fritz store. Below the number, a careful hand has written the words, "Constable's rent, all of it. Note, worthless in a pawn shop." Worthless in a pawn shop. So this is not where I'm... Is this where I'm talking? Oh, it was fucking the one that I was reading as giraffe. It definitely wasn't giraffe. I looked at the sign, I was like, that doesn't say frit. That says giraffe.
My God, what have I done?
Hey kid, you want to see a dead body?
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
Do you know what the tattoos mean?
A photic path, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
I don't have anything lighter to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
Maybe. I gotta go all the way across town to the freaking eyebrow hut. It's not too far. Maybe we'll find some bottles on the way. Could also get involved with that guy, but let's try and not get too distracted. Because it's already happening a lot. Same goes for that guy. I don't actually remember who I've spoken to. Fortunately, the dialogue options themselves tend to remember, though Gart has definitely bugged out at least once.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Do you have a fridge?
Mm-hmm. Right behind you.
This is a fridge.
Yeah.
I need to store a corpse in it.
You're joking, right?
It wouldn't fit.
Yeah. Super funny.
I didn't tell you I was joking, but it wouldn't fit in. It's too small, I think. Unless that was me deflecting and pretending it was a joke. I guess I gotta ask again in case it will fit.
Mm-hmm. Right behind you. You're joking, right?
No, I'm not joking. I need to store the corpse of the hanged man in your fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
I'd already determined that myself.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
Pity, it would have been so beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a giant novelty check here. Can you exchange this for me?
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
She rolls up the giant novelty check. It looks like she's seen it before and slips it under the counter.
Anything else I can do for you?
Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe.
Maybe I will.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
4 whole real.
You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tier. At least 100% extra tier money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol. Enter the endless cycle of consumption.
Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I get bonus money for the bottle afterwards once I've drained the thing, so it basically pays for itself. I'd be a fool not to indulge. Well, the corpse is still just rotten. It's been over an hour, I think, since we finished conducting the autopsy. I don't seem to have a way of storing it, so maybe we just ship it. Though that is closing me out of the shoe situation. I take it this isn't what I can break my way into with the correct tools equipped. Nope.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Let's try main hall building A.
An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid game.
Plaisance, it's me. Please open the door. I'm trying to get in.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Should have pretended to be Kuno. I'm gonna do it again.
You hear the same waiting room music, but no one picks up the receiver anymore.
One chance to prank this woman and I threw it away. I don't know what this stuff is. Ice City might have a freezer.
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Do any of these work?
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident.
Huh.
Silence. No one answers your call.
Empty card?
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
I'm not seeing any fridges.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. You're going to just stand there and take it from a doorbell?
No, I'll show you how a gentleman treats a doorbell. Kiss the doorbell.
Like a cat's whiskers, your moustache feels it first, followed by your lips. The corroded metal of the intercom, cold, unattainable. Now you're kissing the doorbell. The doorbell remains silent.
That's unsanitary.
It probably is. I mean, I can see where the door technically goes. And I think the other way in that I tried to break it down and fucked up. Which was it pain threshold? Because this caused me some confusion because I was not properly reading and I was just kind of thinking it was saying physical instrument when it was actually saying pain threshold. And I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't let me
with a
retry
missing
the check.
handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms.
I'm half tempted to try it. At the time I only had 1 point to spare, but I have 3 now, which makes it considerably less unappealing.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets.
Like, there's no way I
and
fucked this up at
charms.
92%, is
appears
it?
to be locked.
Really gonna XCOM me? Okay, good. Good. Bad? Bad. Pretty bad.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
Fuck's sake.
You're
Could
not
have their
thinking
spine
of trying
left.
again, are you?
Smash into the door and shout, "Fuck, it hurts." I had a pain threshold thought bubble for a second there, or something appeared in the environment. A little pink clickable. There it is. I knew it.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects.
They got in my way.
You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Yeah, I rip shit apart.
Kudos.
Anti-object tasks force. Okay. Take a look at your hands. I'm a government man.
My God, what have I done?
Sorry. Burn creeps up sometimes. I can't keep them out of my brain. Take a look at your hands. See how bruised they are? See those little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. Containers, mailboxes, doors, chairs. They're all your enemies. Always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. You are energy stuck in a body. You are a spirit trapped in matter. Break free. Beat up that lamppost. Let it know just how much objects suck. -2 pain threshold. Hurts. I don't know if I'm gonna need pain threshold for a bit. Did I not resume my pondering of Mazovian socioeconomics? Fuck. Though I will say I can take the hit to my pain threshold much more comfortably than I can to my visual calculus. And it doesn't seem to have undone any of my progress on my Mazovian socioeconomic rumination. So that's nice. Seemingly the best of all worlds. Oh, sorry, Kim wants to talk about how cool I am.
What is this place?
It's an adventure.
No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here in ages?
Yes, because it's closed. Now let's move on, shall we?
He has no time to entertain such psychiatric silliness. The poster says Citius Fortis, the rest is worn off. Shot put ball. Does that sell for $13.77? That's a lot. Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at
I'm
the sight
60
of these
kilograms.
weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of a bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Am I wearing the correct vest for this? Because I'm sure as hell not clicking the correct item on the UI. Yeah, we're good, we're good. None of these are detracting from my physical prowess, right? We're all good.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
I just ripped this out of the ground. Damn, he's just staring at me. He's so impressed. He thinks I'm so
Conjuring
cool.
up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Oh yeah. Nice.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
Good technique.
Thank you. He was so into it. He's so impressed. So, will clicking that do the area transition, or do I walk into the area transition? Like, I don't know if this is examinable because it's broken, or if it's... Fuck. That's a check. Even though this is very much the way I expected it would play out. Just had to be sure. Good of me to attempt to close the smithereened door behind me, at least. And it seems to still function. I mean, the hinges work. Okay. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. I'm not sure I know what a demijohn is. Is that like half a toilet? I don't understand. It's like a joke toilet that's just for farts. Our ship road is covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades. I mean, they are, right? Like, by definition. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. I don't know why this has made me think about something. But where are the clothes it used to display? Okay, fair enough. That's quite a lot of money to just leave lying in a drawer. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Bluer than velvet was the moth. Skis with slipstream printed on a laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Hello, mouth. Thank you for trying. I mean... Production schedule, filament memory. 50 real. The hell? How is that worth anything to anyone other than the person whose production schedule is the actual, you know, the device itself. I don't know what did it describe itself as? It's like a cube, right? Yeah, I guess it can be overwritten and reused for something else. I'm not really sure why else it would carry such a price. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure is covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads production schedule. Note: this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Yeah, I mean, for the price, I have to assume that that can be overwritten.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework.
Cube-shaped, you say?
The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for time, so...
On the other hand, it's not that I'm not interested in abandoned radio computers.
I've never looked at the pictures for these properly. What the hell? That's so cool. I am in a police hive mind. We're melting together. I don't want to take part anymore.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
He was correct about the time concern, to be honest with you. We'll be back. Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Couldn't be this one. Wonder how meta this gets.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
This must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency.
GMF.
A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
I was under the impression that was greatest motherfucker.
Looks like a surveillance program. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of the airwidth alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
I gotta stop fucking with these things. This is not a good use of my time. I know when I'm not looking at a fridge. I know that much. What the? Okay. Fair enough. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow? What the? Postcard La Delta 51. I haven't looked at those yet. I probably should.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney.
Hello.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
I'm going harder.
Still nothing. No. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
I'd grown used to being rewarded for slamming myself into things. Though additionally also used to being punished to my health, so...
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things?
I got bad news for you, brother. I'm the leader of the anti-object task force. At least I'm gonna be soon. This is not random, this is significant. I want to see what's on the other side.
Why do you think there's something on the other side, necessarily? In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
Okay. Well, it doesn't seem like there's gonna be a fridge. I could sit there and keep hitting that, but it would probably, like, actually kill me. I think I can literally die in this game from kicking a mailbox, so... You probably do that in real life, to be honest with you, if you try hard enough. Though I struggle to imagine exactly how it would go down in a way that would result in a fatality. Money and drugs, nice. Looks like a fridge. It also looks like fucking Lost, but... An ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. So there is. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yes.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean, a rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Maybe we'll be back to restart a revolution. Frozen ice cream maker that's still running, huh? Intercom wires running into the breaker box. I'm gonna stop wasting time and fridge it up. It's like, I'll try everything else first, then remembered, oh yeah, time constraint. That's why I specifically came here.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble. as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
Fridge up.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim, it's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
What is a giant bar-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jingling in her pockets as she hops towards the ice cream stand right across the plaza. As she makes her way to the market stall, the girl starts crying. A ferocious ice bear is guarding the fridge, its paws raised to ward off any potential customers. Her mother rushes to soothe her, but Fifette doesn't want ice cream anymore. She just wants to go home. The ice bear stares at them as they leave the plaza. A gust of wind flies one of the wrappers right past the sobbing girl.
They did make it a fucking terrifying fridge. Which I do deem somewhat counterintuitive if its sole purpose was to store and sell ice cream. Because, you know, a large portion of its demographic's gonna be at least a little bit freaked out. I guess a small minority of that demographic, but even still. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hypercarnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice.
Nice.
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
It's still plugged in, huh?
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
I didn't see what that said. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jingling in her pockets.
I know. What is even worse,
the fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
I think I pressed the wrong button.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Kim, this fridge looks perfect for the corpse.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is big enough. And cold enough too. Shall we go and get the body then? I'll take the head, you take the feet.
The two of you. Easily.
Okay.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the butcher. Then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
I would just like to personally apologise on behalf of the game for the loudest corpse movement that has ever been put into media. I think I have hearing loss now.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
Really? You think it's good work?
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in an ice bear fridge. This story does not leave this room.
I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge.
As impressive as the fridge is, this is a small victory, among numerous defeats. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection, under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
I mean, what I can't actually tell, Kim, because it's a bit awkward, is the only reason I'm actually trying to preserve this corpse is I want to wait for Kim to go to bed and then try and take its shoes off. Because a stupid part of my brain told me to do that. But as for the extra thing that I'm clearly incapable of perceiving, I have very low hopes. I will say the percentage for it is skyrocketed since we put the body in the fridge, so maybe it's not impossible. Maybe I can get both things done. However, I don't really have a way to boost my perception as far as I'm aware. I'm wearing glasses that do it. But I don't have any speed as far as I know. And I'm not really sure where I'd get any. Tell me something, Deadman.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
How do you like it in the fridge?
I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius. A regular Corporangelo.
Lovely stuff.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Okay, bye. Right, I can look at some of the other stuff around now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Kim, what is this thing, a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Let me get a look in there.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other.
Oh my god, there is chatter.
Near the
Hey
smoke
Karma, how are you
chamber,
doing?
Upstairs.
That just made me look across at my other monitor and there is somebody there. Hi. I don't know how the furnace knew you were there, but that's pretty cool.
What are you doing?
I hear the murderer of the hanged man talking.
Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs. We should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on with these curtains.
I'm gonna kick it.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Fortunately, I accidentally healed twice, and it went night fever, so that was fun. I don't think I gained much from that, but I don't know if it popped up on the screen. I did get an achievement. So there's that. I'm gonna smear my hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
So this is my second run of this game, but I haven't completed it. I am doing 2 runs pretty much alongside each other. So I've technically, in my first run, I am further than this, but things are going very differently. Like, I kind of just wanted to see how different it would be, and it's quite different. Certainly in terms of how I got in here, I have been in here before. But I came here on like day 3 or something, and I talked my way in and did a whole bunch of weird stuff. I went down inside my own psyche. Yeah, quite different route. Which is exciting. Like, I am delighted by how different this run is.
Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid. Still, it's good to have this dirt on you. Real men wear coal for makeup.
Well, there you go. I think I have corpse juice on these gloves. I should probably take them off. I should maybe even consider returning them to the woman from whom I borrowed them. However, they are very useful. Interfacing is a great thing to be able to boost before actually, interfacing with something.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
I think I can probably leave these running, to be honest with you. I definitely don't want to unplug the corpse fridge, and the other one, I mean, whoever's gonna end up footing this electricity bill, it's not gonna be me. I'd like to help, but they left it running for a reason, for all I know. Huh. A cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the street. Well, I seem to have a rifle now, which is I would have thought that'd be like really heavy to just carry around, but a broken bellum engraved from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. Neat. So I should look at the note from the fridge. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bar fridge. My mouth is dry. It's a problem. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure the refrigerator door. Okay.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
Presume that's Kuno. Could be Kuno S.
You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
I do have the filament memory. Who's the illiterate? Ooh. That's, you know, when you're gonna just fail to say a word correctly, you ideally don't want it to be something as ironic as illiterate. That's an awkward one.
Really? You don't have a single guess?
Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
I wonder who wrote the note.
Someone who owns a radio computer? My guess is as good as yours, officer.
And remind me, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Ah.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site copy.
I mean the frozen ice... Oh, do you mean like the maker of the frozen ice cream or the machine? Because we've seen the machine. So thank you, Carmen. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Talking to myself. This is a great game for talking to myself. Because the character talks to himself, so, you know. Works on so many levels. Do you have any idea what the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
I did. That's why I was asking why I was even able to ask him about this. Okay. Oh, my ledger as well. That's going to be a time-consuming one. And I don't know that the information inside of it is necessarily particularly beneficial to my character right now, but it might be.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
I think it's also made sadder by the fact that I'm scrutinizing it by torchlight in a dark, abandoned building. Maybe not the best place to be doing this, but anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Damn.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Maybe it's kitchen tissue? They look exactly the same.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not though. It's toilet paper.
Well, I think it's cool.
Cool toilet paper. I mean kitchen tissue.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
I'll touch it.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Hey, Lieutenant, what's this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like For example...
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Well, it sounds like that's probably where I should be trying to read this, but... What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Your kill count. Yours will surely have your kill count.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Ooh, I don't know where to begin, or if I should even be beginning right now. Let's look at the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
What types of forms?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Those aren't fines for my misconduct, right? These are fines I've given other people, presumably?
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Okay, that's enough of these.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
See the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What's in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Is it premature to commit this to paper? I don't know if whatever I write down here is like a one-time deal that's contingent upon what I've discovered up until the point when I do it, but I'm just gonna do it.
The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely.
Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
I accidentally pressed the space button. Button? It's a key. It's a bar. It's technically all 3. It's fine. Can I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
With this beauty, commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager.
Okay, we can treat this like a to-do list.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. And a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper.
That was an unexpected but incredibly welcome morale boost.
Things to be done and things already done. the composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Honestly, I was expecting inspecting this to be devastating for morale. Wasn't expecting to make a little come up here. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
I don't have another name.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
Let me guess, the Hanged Man?
Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man. I like that. A good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
At least I turned it into a little bonding moment.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I'm done inspecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Are they really?
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
I guess I should look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Just shake it a bit.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
I guess that is like the most commonly accepted pronunciation of that, right? Because I only ever heard people say lapis lazuli. Then Minecraft happened, and I started hearing the word again for the first time in years and years and years. But it was always lazuli, which is kind of cute.
There's pain in there, if you want some. That much you know.
How would I open it?
With your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Let's see if I can get it open.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee, slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know.
Character doesn't seem to want to. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Fucking kill yourself, you asshole.
The words just crossed your mind somehow.
Who are they for?
Who do you think? You.
Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. They let you go there too. You should go and kill yourself there.
Oh. That's all serious and heavy and well and good. I had my whole childhood so many people being like, actually the plural's octopi. It's octopuses. It's fine. Like, I'm pretty sure it's literally octopuses. It might just be octopus, but I think it's octopuses. What am I doing? I went down an octopus hole in my brain, which... that doesn't sound right at all. I'm going to pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
I'm going to open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
But it'll make me happy.
Outside, you hear the wind howl. A sudden gale blows in from Martinez, flapping street signs and window blinds.
Come outside.
What?
Far away and outside, the reeds hiss with desperation. Step out.
I'm gonna listen to Shivers. I don't know why it just told me to do that. Maybe it just wanted me to stop doing what I was doing. Oh, I've missed so much stuff. There's an insane mesh tank top here. Premium drama. Haven't actually considered selling any of my clothes, but there are potentially ones that I would never use. So maybe I should look into it. Nice rain noises, at least. Hey, Shivers, what's up? I'm out. I think Shivers just wanted me to stop reading. But that's potentially good, because I think my morale stood to take some hits there, if memory serves. And based on some of the other things that my character was saying. And that's probably best dealt with right before I go to sleep, because I think that just puts it back up to the top. And I will say, it is impressive that sleep restores morale to a character who wakes up so horrendously hungover and suicidal. Because I feel like he'd be starting his days at 1.
Welcome to Revachol.
Hey, I know Revachol. Wait, why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Get his ass.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
So we are in a limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense.
Absolutely murdered.
Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God man. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
We're done for now. Nothing this man knows is pertinent to anything that I'm particularly involved with right now. I think I'm just waiting for Kim to go to bed, which I think happens after 9 or maybe 10. And then I'm gonna go and steal some shoes. In the meantime, what have I not been getting to? Still need to get hold of a sad song on tape. Ask around about tattoo's possible meaning, okay. Reality lowdown. So I'm able to ask the girl behind the counter at Frit about this, though I don't necessarily expect she'll have anything particularly enlightening to say on the situation. Okay, get the boots off the victim's feet. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send a body to processing without getting hold of the boots. Well, now I have to try. Oh, halogen watermarks, shit. I just saw that, locate halogen watermarks on the side of the screen. It wasn't even in the log where I saw it. It's like, locate halogen watermarks. It's just printed onto the thing. Again, I don't want to give her gloves back. They're very useful, and they look good. I love my giant yellow hands.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl.
Hey, but look at my volumes here. The voiceover volume is like almost double the volume of everything else, and it keeps getting buried when stuff happens. I don't understand. Then again, with the corpse moving sound and that sound, I don't know where that even falls. I don't know if that counts as environment. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That sound. You feel the wind in your hair as if you're already driving. But where?
Yes, where?
Down a narrow street, lined with shabby wooden houses, the 881 motor tract, coiling like a serpent high above. Children play under the viaduct, eyes turn to watch you as you pass.
What's ahead?
The Valley of Dogs, and before it, a familiar dome, like a ladybug without the colors. The building has a designated parking place for your carriage. This is Precinct 41, as close as you have to home now. It's far away.
Shivers is so good. Really missed out not having high shivers on the other file.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
But I will say, having a low empathy stat, I'm really noticing in any memorable bits that there's just chunks of observations missing about the characters. Like, I don't know how they wrote this, but I continue to just be stupidly impressed by it. But yeah, my other playthrough, Psyche is my main one, and empathy is my key skill. So I tried to go about as far from that as I could, more or less.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Alright. Let's learn my kill count.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3, that's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's see.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
Guess we'll see.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Done this for 18 years?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
I feel like I went around apologizing all the time.
Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I told you I was a superstar cop.
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row.
It's okay when I talk about it in the past tense, but when you do it, it's disrespectful. It's my career.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills? That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
Is now a good time to pour one out for the fallen?
Definitely not.
So I'm a killer.
That's right. A killer of humans.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Aw. That's nice. Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
I guess you got lucky, huh?
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
Everyone loves the gloves, what can I say? Thank you for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Let's look at the grid, hang on.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around.
You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. 2 men engaged in a drunken argument, followed by the closing of some distant window. In the middle of a broken plaza, illuminated in a cone of light, 2 men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Ah, Martinez at night.
Where are we on this?
Let me see. Right here.
His finger's near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
All of them worse than here.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Let's get a look. Superstar 6, Apocalypse 0? Really? Oh, Sorry Cop 3, Boring Cop 1. I am 5 communist, I am 1 fascist. How did that happen? I don't think I've particularly been either, right? 0 ultra-liberal, 2 moralist. 2 good cop, bad cop, don't really know what that means. No honor? Wolf's gonna be devastated. Cases solved to 16 years in service, 18 people killed, 3. It's an interesting record. I don't really understand my socio-political numbering, but who does? I would have thought punching the child in the face and pointing the gun at the other child would have put me on at least 2 fascism. But I guess it's not necessarily an ideologically motivated action, it's just awful. It also kinda worked, but that's neither here nor there. think I was meant to speak to Everard more. At least Kim gave me that impression, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even remember where he is. He's not in here, right? Oh, he's all the way across. He's across all the shipping containers and everything. Anything new to say to Measurehead since I shoved him?
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again.
If I could just be incredibly disrespectful up front, because I see no reason not to be to you, to be honest, what are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
But I thought phrenology was laden with pseudoscience.
True. That is a noble cranium, but you got a hard noggin yourself.
Are you sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability.
Huh.
From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
The shade, roast me more.
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sur-la-Clef and the other Vesper?
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
Shit. I'm not particularly interested in subscribing to his advanced race theory, to be honest with you. I will show him the mug. Do you know anything about this racist mug I found?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Put this into the trash lately?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
He doesn't, actually, to be fair. No man matches Measurehead. You watched me beat him. You watched me best him in a fucking physical contest. Delusion. Sickening. I didn't really speak to this guy because when I did, he was like, it's cool that you're standing here talking to us because it makes the people who are on strike feel weak. I was like, okay, bye.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again.
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Let's talk about our right to work.
What about it, your right to work?
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Oh, then yes.
Ha! Couldn't handle us. cause gives the workers strength, gives them power. We have a right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of a cause are we talking about?
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
Okay, well, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Huh. Look at all the strikebreakers. Who are they all?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
It's a grotesque oversimplification of the situation to say that they don't want to work or they don't want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
I'm bored of you. I have spoken to this guy. I don't think there's going to be anything new to say since I'm right here.
Knocked him out good. Like the flying desperado.
Oh yeah, everyone watched me punch Measurehead and I didn't actually speak to anyone about it. Who or what is a flying desperado?
It's that really cool flying desperado spin kick you did, boyadero. Often performed by the most hard-bodied boyaderos on the steps.
Yeah, I sure did that thing.
So, what's on your mind this time?
Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So, Kuno used us to what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
The probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
I was also told by this child that he kicked the helmet into the sea. I did not believe it. I think he threw it in there. And then the second time he talked about it, he said he threw it, I think, so... Or maybe I said he threw it. I just don't see it. He's a 12-year-old boy. It's like heavy military armor. He would not kick it into the sea. If he tried, he would injure himself, at least. To such an extent that he probably wouldn't want to brag about it, because then I might look down and see that he'd fucked his foot up real bad by being such an idiot. Which happens to be my character's specialty, so... You know, maybe that'd be a bonding moment.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Never heard it pronounced queer ass before, but I'll roll with it. 4 pieces. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Well? I'm gonna find it all. I'm gonna build Exodia.
All of it?
Baggers
There are
all
junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, but okay. Let's find all of it.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Why did I just take on such a sprawling, nebulous responsibility? That was terrible. That was a very foolish decision. However, could mean more armor for me. You want all of the armor pieces. Deck yourself out in full metal battle-hardened glory. Note, this might take a while, like a long while. Oops. Oh well.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
I don't think he'll appreciate it, but will do.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
You think the lorry belongs to a tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it will come in handy? A slightly scared, racist lorryman.
I'll bear that in mind. There are things I want to get to, but as has already happened once this stream, I feel like I'm going to be sick. I really don't feel well. I'm starting to, I wish I knew why this was happening. It's like a nausea pang, but like a really extreme one, where I start sweating all over and my whole body feels terrible. Which ordinarily, somehow, through some peculiar miraculous anatomical misunderstanding inside me, I sneeze that nausea away. Today, I don't seem to be able to sneeze. And this is the thing that happens, like, daily, multiple times. So the lack of any sneezing, it's just annoying, really. Yeah, I'm like 1,000,000 degrees right now. What's going on? Oh, yeah, I want to keep going with this. It would probably benefit me to go and maybe vomit. And then beyond that, I haven't eaten today. I should probably try and get to that. But this was good. We made some good progress today. We know a lot more about ourselves as an officer of the RCM. You know, we got the full statistical rundown, which somehow even accounts for our ideological misgivings. I don't know who's keeping track. It's troubling. But there has definitely been big progress made. We put a body in a fridge. But I'm so close to properly cementing the thought about being the anti-object task force. 13 minutes. I can't swing it. Something to look forward to. We'll have a new thought when we get back, whenever that happens. Which I would like to be tomorrow, because my head is very tied up in this game at the moment. And I think it's potentially doing me some level of good talking to myself. And also chat. Newcomer, that's nice. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be on, even maybe later today, but if I am on again today, I probably won't do more disco. I'm trying to kind of partition things up, you know. But if I don't stream, I don't actually do anything, really, at this point. In the times when I would stream, it's not like I can play a game or watch something. Like, I have brutal anhedonia. I am not well. So this is about the most engaging I can do. This is about the most engagement I can provide for myself, is streaming a game. So there's a chance I'll end up back here. If not, hopefully tomorrow, but I'm waffling. I would be making much more concise points right now if I wasn't very preoccupied with how sick I feel. So, I hope you're doing okay. If you're not, I hope you feel better soon. I hope I feel better soon from, you know, this nausea right now, but on a grander scale, day to day, I hope things are going okay for you. And I believe that they can improve if they're not. And I hope that happens for you, and I'll be back. Look after yourself.